Before you fire up your grill this summer, this is the one thing you need to clean first. A lot of people like to focus on cleaning the cooking grates, but they forget one area. All this, the stainless steel exterior, and that can build up over time. And outdoor grills go through a lot too, between grease, fingerprints, smoke residue, weather exposure, pollen, and just everyday outdoor buildup, they'll start looking grimy and dull pretty quickly. So today I'm going to show you how I deep clean a grill using Barkeeper's Friend.
One thing I always recommend is doing a dry clean first. Before introducing any product or moisture, I want to remove as much loose debris as possible. So I'm brushing off leftover food particles, grease flakes, dust, and buildup first. That makes the deep cleaning process a lot easier because you're not just smearing debris around once things get wet. For the grill grates, this is where buildup tends to get the heaviest. You have grease buildup, burnt food residue, carbon buildup, smoke residue, and sometimes even surface rust depending on how the grill has been stored. So I'm going to start by dampening the grates first and then going in with the Barkeeper's Friend powder cleanser. And one thing I do want to mention is that you do not need a huge amount of product here. A little bit really does go a long way, especially once it starts activating with water. As I'm scrubbing this in, you can already start seeing that buildup breaking apart, and I'm not trying to rush through this process. With heavier buildup like this, sometimes it takes multiple passes, and that's completely normal. A lot of people think if something does not come perfectly clean immediately, then the product is not working, but buildup like this forms over time in layers, so sometimes you have to work through those layers gradually. And another thing I always tell people is don't automatically assume every dark mark means the grill is still dirty. Some discoloration can simply come from repeated high heat exposure over time. So the goal here is improvement and removing buildup safely without being overly aggressive on the surface. And while I'm cleaning these, I'm also making sure I'm getting into the grooves and edges because that's where a lot of grease and residue likes to collect. Once I'm done scrubbing, I'm going to thoroughly rinse everything down. And this part is really important because anytime you're cleaning something food related, you want to make sure you fully rinse away all residue before using the grill again. Now let's move on to the stainless steel exterior. For this area, I like using the Barkeeper's Friend soft cleanser, especially on larger exterior surfaces like this because it spreads really evenly and works great for maintenance cleaning and grease buildup. So I'm applying the product and then using a damp non-scratch sponge and working in sections. And one really important thing with stainless steel is paying attention to the grain. You want to clean with the grain instead of against it because it helps give you a cleaner, more even looking finish. One mistake I see pretty often is people scrubbing stainless steel in random circular motions and then wondering why the finish starts looking streaky afterward. Following the grain really does make a difference. Now if you want to find the grain, you need to look closely at the stainless steel. You'll see faint lines running across the surface. Sometimes the grain runs vertically and other times it runs horizontally depending on the appliance. I also want to mention that I am not using excessive pressure here. I'm letting the product do the work instead of trying to force it off the surface. That's something I talk about a lot with cleaning because stronger scrubbing does not always equal better cleaning. Sometimes the better approach is using the right product and allowing it to break down the buildup properly.
Now another thing I want to mention is that your maintenance cleaning is always going to be so much easier than a restoration cleaning. Once grease and outdoor buildup sit for months and months, it becomes a lot harder to remove. So even doing a lighter cleaning more consistently makes a huge difference in keeping your grill looking better long term. And something else that's really important to mention is realistic expectations. Sometimes older grills may have staining, heat discoloration, or permanent wear that has developed over the years, and that's okay. The goal is improving the overall appearance, removing the buildup safely, and helping maintain the surface as best as possible.
Once I'm done cleaning everything, I go in with a wet microfiber cloth to remove any leftover residue. And then I follow up with a dry microfiber cloth to leave the surface looking clean and even. And honestly, cleaning the grill before summer makes such a difference. Not just visually, but the whole grill feels fresher, cleaner, and more enjoyable to cook on again.
So before you have your next barbecue or cookout, don't forget about the grill itself, because a good deep clean of Barkeeper's Friend can make a noticeable difference. And if you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe here to the Barkeeper's Friend channel for more cleaning tips and deep cleaning tutorials.